Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing another video, and that is a size comparison with the Galaxy S5 to most of the other Samsung devices out there on the market. Now, the S5 is the newest device, but how does it compare in size to other devices out on the market? So the first one we're going to review is the S5 versus the S4. So as we can see right here, there is going to be a definite size difference in terms of height, namely. This is going to be the biggest difference is the height difference between these two devices. Overall, the S5 just is going to be taller. Now, if we see it in terms of width, we can see that between these two devices, the height is a much greater difference than the width, but it is a bit wider as well. Now, what about the backing? Well, the backing, as we can see here, is going to be similar when it comes to the bezel part, the silver bezel. However, what's really going to be is the backing that makes the difference, because the S5 has a thicker backing for the fact that it has a water-resistant seal to it. So because it's the rubber has to be between the backing on the backing and the device itself, you get a thicker backing in comparison. So that's going to be that. I don't know what the heck that picture is. But yes, so you have that ability, and that is the difference between the S5 and the S4. Now, what about a slightly bigger device? So in comparison to the Note 3, however, the S5 does not come close to it. So this is a big concern for some people. Oh, wasn't the S5 just almost as big as the Note? No, it's really not. If you can see it clearly, in terms of height, there is still a huge difference, even more that of the S4 compared to S5. But also in terms of width, we can clearly see in terms of width between the two devices that the Note is going to be wider as well. So it's just definitely an overall bigger device. And in terms of thickness, we go to the same thing that happened with the other devices, and that is in terms of thickness, the silver part is almost identical. However, the backing is thicker on the S5 with these two devices. So that definitely has to be taken into account. And now we can see it compared to a even bigger device. So the S5 can be compared to the Galaxy Mega. So if we put these side by side, we can clearly see a difference between them. The Mega is a 6.3 inch screen. That's wrong Mega. 6.3 inch screen, whereas the S5 is a 5.1 inch screen. And we can definitely see a clear difference in size between the two. And in terms of width, again, just a clear difference between them. What is that? Is that a Play Store? Play Store, yeah, there we go. You should get that game because it appeared twice in this. It was a plug. Now you can see that, and then we can, of course, see in terms of the thickness. In terms of the thickness, again, the S5 just seems to be a little bit thicker than most of the other Samsung devices simply because of that backing. However, in this one, it does come fairly close because the Mega is a pretty thick device. So if we put them side by side like this, we can see that it's almost identical in terms of thickness. Now, how about compared to a much smaller device? So in terms of a much smaller device, we do have the Mini. Now this is the S3 Mini, but just so you can see what the screen size is. So this is a 4-inch screen, and we can see just, again, the difference in terms of height is huge between the S5. Now this one looks like the S series compared to the Note series. And then when we put it again, timber, right here, we can see a difference in terms of thickness and height as well. So definitely thicker comparison. And in terms of these two backings, we can see that actually the S3 Mini is actually one of the thicker devices. Just like the S3 was thicker compared to the S4, it's going to be thicker in comparison. So overall, that is going to be the size difference between the S5 and the other Samsung devices. So we can actually see them all one more time, side by side. The S5, the Mega, the Note 3, and we can see all of them together, just how big they all are in comparison to each other. So that is going to be the size comparison between all of these devices. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.